Welcome. There's a revolution happening right now, and it's not in some far-off tech lab. It's happening in our hospitals, in our clinics. Artificial intelligence is stepping into the world of medicine, and it's about to totally change everything we think we know about healthcare. So let's just jump right in with a pretty big question. What if a doctor's best tool wasn't human? Just think about that for a second. The most precise diagnostic tool, the most efficient assistant in the OR, isn't a person at all. It's an algorithm. And this isn't science fiction anymore, not by a long shot. This is the reality we're building, like right now.
And to really get why this is all happening so fast, you have to start with a number. 80,000. That is the number of doctors Spain is projected to be short over the next decade alone. That's a massive gap between the care people need and the actual doctors available to give it. This is the crisis that AI is walking right into.
Which brings us to our first big point. Healthcare is really at a crossroads. On one hand, you've got these growing shortages of doctors and nurses, and on the other, you have an aging population with more and more complex health problems. I mean, something's got to give, right?
Now, before we get any deeper, let's just make sure we're on the same page. When we say AI, what are we really talking about? Well, it's pretty much teaching machines to think like us, to learn from experience, to see patterns, and to handle tasks all on their own. It's way more than just crunching numbers. It's about trying to simulate intelligence itself.
In this technology, it really presents us with this fundamental tension, and it's something we're going to explore this whole time. Is AI this massive, once-in-a-generation opportunity to fix a broken system? Or is it a threat to the very way we practice medicine? As you're about to see, the answer is, well, it's complicated. Okay, let's start with the opportunity side, because the numbers here are just staggering. A McKinsey study found that digitization, a lot of it powered by AI, could free up a full quarter of a doctor's time. And what does that mean for you? It means your doctor has more time to actually talk to you, to listen, and not feel so rushed. And this isn't just a theory. Over in Barcelona, the hospital clinic is already using AI to manage its surgical schedules, and it's directly cutting down those incredibly frustrating waiting lists. So this is real-world stuff happening today.
So now let's get personal and see how this tech shows up in the exam room itself. This is where things get really interesting, because we're talking about transforming the very nature of a doctor's visit.
So, picture your next checkup. Before you even say a word, the AI has already summarized your entire recent medical history for the doctor. As you're talking, it's transcribing the whole conversation, so the doctor can just focus on you, not a keyboard. If there's a tricky diagnosis, the doctor can get a virtual second opinion, right there, instantly. And when it's all over, poof, the report is automatically generated and a summary of what you need to do is sent right to your phone. This isn't just about being more efficient, it's a total redesign of the whole experience.
But here's where it gets almost superhuman. AI can literally see things that the human eye just can't. In the world of medical imaging, we're talking X-rays, CT scans, all of it. AI can spot patterns that are completely invisible to even the most experienced specialist. And here's the proof. Just look at skin cancer detection. AI isn't just a little bit better, it's way more accurate and so much faster. It can analyze an image 5 times quicker than a person can. This is the kind of game-changing leap that actually saves lives.
And that same kind of tech is being used for really rare diseases. There's an AI that uses facial recognition, facial recognition, to analyze a person's features to help diagnose thousands of rare genetic conditions. A lot of these can take years, even decades to figure out the old-fashioned way.
All right, so AI can see, but what about our other senses? Can it smell? I know it sounds weird, but this is honestly one of the most fascinating new frontiers in AI diagnostics.
Scientists are actually building something they're calling an electronic nose. Think of it like a souped-up breathalyzer. It can analyze all the different chemical compounds in your breath. See, these compounds create a unique signature, and the AI can be trained to spot the specific signatures that are linked to diseases like cancer. It's a totally non-invasive way to screen for major illnesses. Amazing, right?
But of course, all of this incredible potential doesn't just happen. It's not that simple. There are some major challenges we have to face before AI becomes a standard part of our healthcare. Here's the thing. An AI is only as good as the data you feed it. And getting good, clean data is this incredibly complex process. You have to capture it, store it securely, clean out all the errors, and then process it in a way the AI can actually use. If any single link in that chain is weak, you can get really bad outcomes. And let's be really clear about what we're dealing with here. Our health data is probably the most valuable and sensitive information about us, period.
It's the fuel for this entire revolution, but it also carries this immense risk if it's not handled with just extreme care.
So what are those big risks? Well, first up is data bias. If an AI is only trained on data from one group of people, how can we possibly trust its diagnosis for everyone else? You could literally create a system that works better for some people than others, making healthcare even more unequal. Then, of course, there's privacy and security, which have to be perfect. If this data gets out, the potential for harm is just enormous. And all of this opens up a whole mess of legal and ethical questions.
Which leads us to the billion-dollar question. If an AI makes a mistake, who's at fault? Is it the doctor who used it? The hospital that bought the software? The tech company that built the algorithm? Right now, we just don't have clear answers, and we absolutely need them before we go all in on this.
So where does all this leave us? This brings us to our final section. What does this all mean for our health and for our future? How do we balance this incredible promise with these very real dangers?
You know, when you lay it all out, the potential benefits are just transformative. We're talking about way more precise diagnoses, treatments that are personalized just for you, a much better patient experience, and a huge reduction in the paperwork that just burns out our doctors. It's a vision for a healthcare system that's smarter, more efficient, and, frankly, more humane.
And this, right here, is maybe the most important takeaway of all. The goal isn't to replace doctors with robots. It's about creating a partnership. It's about empowering our incredible medical professionals with a tool that can handle the data, spot the patterns, and free them up to do the one thing a machine can never do: connect with, listen to, and truly care for their patients.
There's this great quote from Socrates that I think just perfectly captures the mindset we need right now. The secret isn't to fight against the old way of doing things. It's to focus all of our energy on thoughtfully and ethically building the new way, making sure it serves every single one of us.
So, we end right back where we started, with a question. The technology isn't some far-off dream anymore. It's here, and it's getting more powerful by the day. The real question is no longer, can we do this? It's, how are we going to do it? The tech is ready. The question is, are we? Are we ready to have the tough conversations and build the rules to shape this new era of medicine? Because the future of our health really depends on it.